this old expression in America, don't yell fire in a crowded theater because you'll alarm people unnecessarily. Now is the time when we need to stand up and yell fire. If ever there was a time that we need to say, something is happening, let's deal with it, it's now. The reason that I chose to work with CARE is specifically because I believe in education. And I believe that through providing people with opportunities that don't have them to learn, and especially for young girls and for women to receive education, that we can really put a mark or make a dent in poverty.
In a recent submission to the Huffington Post, you wrote, I've seen enough during my travels to know what works. So aside from education, what do you think works?
It's really about relationships. You know, policy is, it can really dramatically change the lives of lots of people, but without people going there first and talking and understanding what people's needs are and developing trust and connection, then you never understand what the importance of the policy or what the policy should be. And so I really feel like relationships are perhaps the most important thing, maybe the only thing that's important in the world is how we get along with each other. And I don't know if there's a meaning to life, but I know that we all have this opportunity in life, and that is that we have this one lifetime to learn to better get along with other people. And we can do it in our own communities, in our own families, our own personal relationships, but we can also do it between nations. I want there to be America, as a general rule, to move from this nation with a big stick that whacks anybody whose head sticks up, to a nation that is looked upon once again as a benevolent nation, as a nation that goes around the world saying, hey look, if we can provide jobs in your community, and if we can provide resources and opportunity, then perhaps the person who lives in this village is going to be less likely to strap a bomb onto their body and walk into the supermarket. It all depends on the individual. The first thing is you have to have a willingness to be open to others, people's ideas and other people's ways of life. The second is you have to put yourself in a position to meet those people. So smile, handshake, a plane ticket, a bus ride, And then I think that cultural things are things that open doors. So food, music, dance, things that we can all relate to no matter where we come from.
You've described your latest album, All Rubber Rockers, as an album that fights cynicism.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
I think cynicism is a really bad disease. It takes hold of us, in our lives. And we stop thinking positively, we stop having positive beliefs about what we could achieve, stop speaking positive words, stop having positive actions as a result of it. And at the end of the day, then we have a cynical attitude about everything. And it prevents us from doing things. It's much easier to say, this country's too screwed up. Why should I get involved? I'll just go have a beer and go. But the more that we practice those positive thoughts, beliefs, words, actions, then the more positive our attitude becomes about everything. And the more we have this ability to take on really difficult issues with love in our hearts. I feel today to be a rebel is different. It's to do what I described before. It's to say, how can I achieve these goals by including everyone?
You have a song called Euros and Cents in which you ask if a new president will make a difference in terms of global economics and corporate interests. How do you think he's doing so far?
Electing Barack Obama was really a difference. People were saying we want the country to go in a different direction, and And so now we have this new leader who is put in this position to create change. And so there's some people who say, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to hold Barack accountable to his promises. But I have chosen to kind of retune my mindset and say, rather than sit back and hold Barack accountable for his promises, I'm going to do everything that I can in my power to make those promises that I believe in become a reality. A healthy democracy is when everybody participates, when everyone votes, when everyone takes a civic-minded attitude and looks around their community and says, how can I participate? How can I help? Where can I be of service to others?
As you know, Americans for Informed Democracy works with young people on global justice issues. What advice do you have, or what might you want to say to young people who are looking to make a difference out there?
To be an activist, you don't have to go to school, you don't have to have an activist degree, you don't have to pay to join. You just have to show up. Keep your eyes on the prize and know that in order to bear fruit, sometimes it takes a tree, 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 years even. But the fruit is worth it.